afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda here of Right Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to a 1-1 on Minsk pocket between the north we got here Yurek, fighting for the Soviet Union, socialism, and the 10th Guards Tank Corps versus in the south we got here Pappy Daniel, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 78th Sturm Division with Jäger armor, mechanized assault and lightning war, double infantry, one machine gun versus shock rifle, guard motor and partisans with triple infantry here for Yurek. Going into a double conscript start, looks like it's going to be going for a lot of them since there's no early buildings up here in his base here from Yurek. As you might notice, it is all bare except from bunkers and the field headquarters. For Pappy down, we've got an MD-42 Pioneer start follow up with the Grenadiers moving up westwards to secure the cutoff point first. Another unit will secure the fuel point and then will likely push towards the centre. Whereas Yurek is sort of heading, well, more or less a bit more of the same, but spreading out a bit more aggressively. Not just west and centre, but of course also east. In this case, he's going to be able to grab both cutoff points that connect the fuel point to his base. Meanwhile, MD-42 moving up aggressive to support the Pioneers, so we can see sort of Pappy Daniel trying to play a bit more aggressive with the Wehrmacht. Grenadiers grabbing the point here, while the Pioneers scout ahead for the MD-42. Ensuring that the MD-42 will not fall into any immediate ambushes, as long as he, of course, keeps close enough to the Pioneers. In this case, actually covering up for any movement through here, though this tree could possibly be a problem for him. Possibly. I'm not sure about that one. Second Grenadier squad there arriving, while a third conscript squad there arrives for Yurek and the motherland. Point there being secured. Grenadiers grab the victory point there. We got the conscript moving ahead, and there we go. MD-42 opens up. Let's loose. Yeah, murder some Jürgen, murder him. Yeah. I'm trying to focus here. Okay. I'm sorry. Sandbags going down there. Grenadiers map support the other Grenadier squad here in the centre. So first engagement and first retreat here. In this case, Yurek did not suffer any losses, though Petrov did get a really scraped knee. Also a lot of bullets. But there you go. Second engagement going to be in the centre. We got Grenadiers moving up. We've got one conscript squad versus these two Grenadier squads. That's definitely not going to be a favourable engagement. Then we got a second retreat here for Yurek again. No losses suffered, but Pappy Downson moving ahead here aggressively. And meanwhile, in the east here, we got the conscript squad moving up there. MD-42 moving up further. The Pioneers sort of just done there. Engineers moving up the west. We got a third Grenadier squad that's slowly around with another Engineer squad for Yurek. Could be then he's planning for tech up. Then again, some players go for 3 conscripts, 2 engineers, and then still don't do anything specifically with it immediately. Might be planning, of course, flamethrowers and minesweepers at the same time. We got an MD-42 setting up here, so it's basically locking down around his opponent's fuel point. Though important to note is it's not connected. So while he will be able to deny his opponent resources from it, he won't be able to build up a huge advantage over having both fuel points. And they're going to be being dispatched east, meaning there's still nothing to actually follow up on the rest of the main force, the spearhead, and secure the victory point, thus connecting the fuel point with his supply lines. There we go, we got the Special Rifle Command for Yurek, interesting move there. Might be planning a sniper or some penal troopers to support the conscripts, could be a scout car. There's certainly a few options there for them. We got going to be slightly spreading out there. No support for the Pioneers here. Going for the point here that would actually connect the fuel point. That also works. Going to just continue eastwards again a bit on their own. And there we go, conscript up the west here, and that's going to force Pappy Daniel to sort of slightly weaken his defense around the fuel point to sort of shift something over here to counterattack there. But again, it does mean a push for here could be a bit more nasty. Flamethrower units moving up might try and sort of take a path where the Germans around the fuel point will not be able to easily spot it. Nothing in there yet, though again, he could go for sniper, penal trooper, scout cast. Of course, he might be doing for the Special Rifle Command because it's cheaper, actually, to go for it rather than the supporting company and then try and take up aggressively. That is certainly also an option and a theory for him. But there you go. In this case, the flamethrower assault did push back the Grenadiers, so in this case, that was very much what he was thinking there. Nicely tactically executed there by Yurek, forcing Pappy down to fall a bit back. Of course, he's now shifting everything back here. In the east, we got engagements, plus we got a flank around here behind Pappy down here with the conscripts. So we can see again his sort of spearhead push has left his flanks quite exposed, and Pappy Daniel is a bit struggling with that. We got conscript halted, got Grenadiers dealing with the Grenadiers, and we got a sniper on the way there for Yurek. Flank there collapsing. Grenadiers all being pushed back. Need to rush back the Grenadiers before it's too late. In this case, his MD-42 is also looking like to be lost. We got light machines on the way for the Grenadier squad, a bit on its own. More conscripts rushing in. Can the MD-42 make it? Light machine is far from done. We got, I believe, a tech up there, but needs to get like to make on a screen. But again, we can sort of see again the issue right now for Pappy Daniel, and he pushed far ahead. But there wasn't enough, any sort of supporting elements. I mean, for example, could have built a bunker around here to help defend, a command bunker, so as a fort reinforcement point or something else instead. What happens is, Yurek outmaneuvers, outflanks him, and completely collapses Pappy Daniel's gains, meaning he's going to have a major map control. Plus, now there'll be a sniper hanging about here that's going to be able to bleed out Pappy Daniel the next time he sort of tries to push forward. So right now, Yurek is sort of punished Pappy Daniel for his otherwise aggressive behavior because, well, he didn't do anything to really secure it. It was also very narrow across very narrow front, which basically left his flanks, as you can see here, very exposed. So that was tactically very astute there by Yurek, very astute. We can see sandbags going down, we can see points secured, more sandbags there by the way, cutting off his fuel supply entirely. This is looking pretty grim there. He's catching the comes. There's the low down sandbags, preventing them to do it, but there you go. Flanked from another conscript squad, and plot. We got the snipers as soon as he's done with the fuel point there, moving ahead. Comes there, getting blasted. For what it's worth. Like to make a nice company up. Half tech, Panzer Grenadiers could work out. Then 2-2 obviously also. But the half tech would give him more field presence here versus Yurek, and obviously allow him to maintain better momentum versus Yurek. So I mean that could be an option, but certainly the 2-2 is, and of course the Panzer Grenadiers are also pretty good options. I mean the Panzer Grenadiers squad on this kind of map here would certainly be helpful. But in this case, quick retreat, MD42 moving ahead with Grenadier support, going for the CoH point there. 2-2 slowly arriving, should help versus the sniper though, definitely. And we got a kill there with the sniper team. So Sergei, the trick to killing Nazis is to shoot for their weak spot. What is that, Petrov? Their head. Isn't that also our weak spot? No, no. Soviet soldiers have no weak spots. No, not at all. The Germans shoot their head to kill them. Otherwise they will return. Are you sure? Yes. I heard from Company Heroes 1 they have lots of zombies. Oh, that is terrible. Yes. So you have to shoot them in the head, or their Nazi magicians can get them back. Point there being secured. We got the 2-2 rolling up for the centre. Grenadiers as engineers. And back here, healing reinforcements going, constantly going out. No sign of doctrine from either player. I mean, on a map like this, I mean, Pappy Daniel could also benefit from mechanized assault in the assault grenadiers. I mean, Minsk Pocket is a very close quarters map, so obviously, submachine guns would be quite efficient. So that would be another consideration. Besides Panzer Grenadiers here for Pappy Daniel. Mines there, good spot by way for Yurek. Pioneers swiftly moving towards the eastern victory point. And the armoured car there, hard patrolling. Panzer Grenadier squad halfway down there for Pappy Daniel and the Fatherland. The 78th Sturm Division, which was a experimental infantry division acting in to create an assault infantry division, which was heavily equipped with light machine guns, heavy mortars, packs, and actually had a full Stuke brigade attached to it, which was otherwise usually only reserved for a Panzer division. So, in essence, it could be described to an extent like an infantry division that equipped to an extent to Panzer division standards. Well, of course, not with tanks and half tanks and all that, but the other elements there were actually sort of supplied to it. It got destroyed. They're doing Operation Back Ration, where it got sort of overwhelmed there, fighting around Minsk, and was later reconstituted as the 78th Volkssturm Division. But again, it wasn't a Volkssturm, it was again a Volksgrenadier Division that was made out of the elements there from it. I'm not entirely sure how it performed though. There's less about that part, but obviously again, a lot also the Eastern Front Division, in particular the Volksgrenadier Division, generally there's a lot less about them sort of historically, which is a bit of a shame, but that was of course also just sort of historical records during that period sort of getting lost. But there you go, almost got the machine gun crew there, but still, Yurek was able to run off there with Pappy Daniel's machine gun. Quite a loss there for him. We got a T-10 away here, and he's getting a Pack 40, but the game continues sort of pushing ahead aggressively, but once more, he's not really doing a lot to specifically shore it up, though. I mean, some telemines here would be handy, but those are obviously not happening anytime soon. Another 2-2 here would be a good option. Mine goes off, they're killing several Grenadiers. But he hasn't spotted the demo charge! Scheisse! There we go. Conscript reports there. There we go. Huge explosion. Possibly a few eardrums blown. Snipers continue to do what they do, and we've got the T-7 light tank out here for Yurek. Rolling ahead swiftly, aggressively. And we got the Pack 40 out there for Pappy down. Going to DC healing reinforcing. Again, if he's expecting a T-70, I mean, more 2-2s would probably sound better, because a pair of 2-2s can actually reasonably well deal with a T-70, but of course threaten the snipers more and such. Of course, the map itself might make more worry, but the problem is the 2-2s will actually perform better because the map is much more narrow, but there's also a lot more obstacles, more line blockers, meaning the Pack 40 on a map like this is a lot less efficient. I mean, it's much more easy to be outmaneuvered and flanked. And, I mean, overall, there's a lot of points there where it just can't make full use of its arc of fire. So, for Pappy Daniel, the better option would actually be to just go for more 2-2s than try and train for a Pack 40 to deal with the T-70. Plus, it would help less of the infantry. Grenadiers, they're sending out. So, right now, Pappy Daniel is in a slightly awkward position. Grenadiers taking up position in the sniper's nest. Firing away there. Jürgen, this is for snipers only. Yeah. This is war. We don't care about the rules, for the most part. At least they're being pushed back. Almost wiped here. Almost got the 2-2 there fixed up. Back here we got more MG42s on the way for Pappy down to, of course, make up for the one he lost to the Russians. We got the T-70 in the rolling head. Grenadiers coming under fire, engaging up close. Pack 40 needs to sit up there. Panzerfaust going off. Pack 40 misses, god damn it, Helmut! And he gets the T-70, gets knocked out. A 75mm armor-piercing shell goes through it like a hot knife through Soviet butter. Leaving it nothing but a burning wreck, and that'll definitely relieve a lot of pressure off Pappy Daniel's shoulders. And there you go, pushing back there, the engineers. Still a few assault grenades sneaking in sort of around here through the trees, I think, could still work out here for them. We got a push for the fuel point. A lot of the territory being lost. Victory point advantage there for Yurek as well. Looking rough, to say it mildly. MG42 moving up. There comes, they're taking a lot of fire from the Germans. That's a plethora of bullets and autocannon shells unleashed on the positions. Grenadiers pushing forward. See more Grenadiers arrive to follow up here. Pioneers reinforcing. Up here we got Panzers dealing with engineers, scanning them down without any mercy. Might want to go for the victory point, Yurek, or Pappy. Yurek's obviously going for the victory points there because he knows what he wants. Light machine gun flanking in there, trying to deal with the MG42 team on the Russian command. Panzer moving up from the other side, good work there. Rifle grenade here could work out, I think. Sadly, does not rifle grenade there, and that does allow the MG4 to suppress his. He actually went for a second T-70. Yurek went for a second T-70. Now that's actually a rare move, and I think in this case speaks to the fact that Yurek, I think, is feeling quite confident he's ahead here. And of course, while he could try and push the advantage in this case, well, this is obviously actually pushing the advantage another way. I mean, just trying to further pressure with light vehicles now and here, which means he's sort of not going to trade resources for time and all that just to go for the slightly bigger stuff. He's just going to press now, just again trying to maintain a sort of a level there where Pappy can't easily take up, and that way threaten him. So, I mean, a bit more risky, but well done. It can be quite effective, and certainly right now, I mean, he very much has Pappy down on the defensive. We got shock troops out here for Yurek, going to help clear out the woods of any fascists, and again, they're going to be quite effective. Again, map very much closer quarters. And again, this is, why 2 assault grenadiers earlier I think could have benefited Pappy quite a bit. At least the 2-2 is finally sort of operable. Engine has been fixed, finally. Sniper team under fire from the 2-2 as unleashes autocannon and coaxial machine gun fire. Grabbing the car for them before 2 holding about. We got troops healing reinforcing him. We got Tegel on the way for Pappy. He still got some fuels, of course, going to try and push for armor. As for Yurek, there's clearly some kind of endgame involving some pretty heavy tanks, which is going to be quite the headache there for Pappy O'Daniel. Meanwhile, we've got a big push up the western flank here. 2-2 spots it. MG42 will have to turn about here to sort of deal with this by setting up the arc around here. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of... Oh, we got another one actually. He actually managed to regain it. I missed that. Absolute shame. But that actually gives him, more firepower. In this case, that's going to halt the entire Russian assault here. Suppressing it and just pouring hundreds, if not thousands of bullets into the soft, squishy bodies. But here we go. Shock troopers returning the favour here on the eastern side with their own submachine guns, which also had quite a rate of fire. And were overall quite effective. There's a reason why the Germans actually just used as many as they could. In fact, they converted, I think, 1 to 2 million of them to using German ammunition, which really should tell you something about how efficient the PP-41 were if the Germans weren't going to bother with that kind of level of conversions. Sniper under fire, conscripts here under fire for the conscripts. They're going to these panzers. There we go. We got an incendiary artillery barrage going in. Then we got a mines nearby. He's going to have to fall back for the time being. MD4 doing to threaten the flank. But still, he's not really doing much to cover his own flanks again. It seems like Pappy Daniel just only knows one direction, forwards, and that does mean leaving his flanks quite vulnerable, which is quite a problem because Yurek has clearly displayed an aptitude for flanking, and he's got a T-70 clearly ready to sort of hit Pappy Daniel in the backside like a really well-handled dagger, possibly even poisoned with socialism. The most potent of poisons. Anyways, we've got the 2-2 rolling ahead here, virtually to engaging the Russians there in a pretty awkward series of engagements. Back here's a bomber caught up. He might be forced to go for this Duke pretty fast because Yurek is going to be able to go for a KV-8 flamethrower tank and threaten Pappy Daniel with that, potentially. I mean, he could go straight for the IS-2. Might plan some other measure here. We'll have to see what Yurek exactly has in mind versus Pappy Daniel. There you go, forced to fall back. Sniper support infantry assault here problem, and the T-7 is still waiting here at the sides. We've got shock troopers moving in as well. I mean, these are two very dangerous units, in fact, to get flanked by, and he's just, well, we can see he's sort of expecting it, but he's not ready for the T-70. He's not ready for that one. I mean, he's going to have to go for the Stug. He wants the chance of the T-70 in case he gets flanked, and the sniper here is still a massive problem. He's not able to get close with the 2-2 to deal with it. He's not going for the Stug. Osman could also work, but of course leave him quite vulnerable. It actually looks like he's planning something, and in fact now goes for the KV-8 heavy flamethrower tank, which by this point on the war though would have been placed by the T-34-6 as a flamethrower tank. Ports there being secured. We've got the T-7 moving in. They're going straight for the Pioneers there. This versus shock troopers, T-7 engaging in the Pioneers, pushing their way. There we go, KV-8 moving forward like a lumbering behemoth, a Marxist dragon. Panther-fast here, maybe, Pack-40 moving in. He's going to need a Stug. He should have gone for the Stug, he's aiming for the Panther obviously. But he wasn't expecting the KV-8 flamethrower tank. Obviously, I mean, if you're really behind, I really recommend a Stug in all cases, particularly your opponent already has plenty of armor up. There you go. KV-8 rolling ahead. Problem is, he's always got plenty of munitions, and he's now calling another incendiary artillery barrage, this time on the Pack 40, meaning if the KV-8 doesn't get it, the incendiary artillery will. The Gunneries are getting murdered as well. This is quickly turning pretty dangerous for Pappy Daniel and the 78th German to be sure. Gunneries wiped out, 2-2 ineffectually shooting at the KV-8. A few shots casually penetrating it, but most of them bouncing off like pebbles. Or pineapples, whatever you prefer. Stug almost done here, but he's going to lose the 2-2 there to the T-70. MD-42 close being wiped. In fact, he's already lost one MD-42 again. This time makes it back. Got the Stug running ahead here, the Stug 3G. It's a pretty big advantage here for Yurek over Pappy Daniel now. Shock troopers unit can take fire from the Grenadiers and the Shock Panzer Grenadiers. MD-42, they should be recruited. Got the Stug rolling ahead. Shock troopers push back. KV-8 moving forward again. Pack 40 recruit. Taking hits on the Pack 40 there, the KV-8, but the Stug is firing back. There we got the T-70 nearby. Almost got the Pack 40, which is moving to the fires of the KV-8. Almost got the KV-8 there. Grenadiers, conscripts, panzers, all fighting here. Need to close. Knock out the T-70 anti-tank grenade. Goes off. That doesn't do enough. There we go. Gets the T-70 light tank. Conscripts wiped out. There's small victory there for him, and the KV-8 is trying to get away. But in this case, he's got nothing to protect against Stug G pursuing the KV-8. We got the conscript moving in, but it won't be fast enough. They're fast with Hoorah, but they're not faster than the Stug. No one is. Not even Superman. Anyways, Stug there going on a hunt for the KV-8. And gets it. Knocks it out, bursting the fuel inside. Causing a huge Bolshevik fireball. Victory points wise, though, Pappy Daniel is in a very bad situation. Stug G there's been damaged, he's getting himself to cover it. He also needs to secure half of the map. There are other parts he needs to get the victory points. And he needs to, remember, there's more than just, this part of the map. It seems like he's almost thinking there's only just this narrow part of the map, and he's just forgetting about the flanks. But it's like a huge grey zone that sort of constantly surprises him when the Russians somehow are able to attack through it. which isn't exactly good. So he needs to get moving there for the fatherland. Schnell. And of course, he needs to get that Stu-G fixed. And meanwhile, Yurek might be aiming up here for the IS-2 next. The Josef Stalin 2 tank, named after, you guessed it, Josef Stalin. This likely being the later model, which had improved sloped armor. And I think a slightly different gun, which I think was a bit easier to produce, I believe. That also had some improvements there overall in sort of performance. You got a second shock to squad out here for Yurek. That's even going to make things more awkward and difficult for Pappy down in these closer environments of Minsk Pocket. Stu 3G is going to need some repair, so obviously this being the earlier model, you can usually tell by the gun mantlet. Later models would have a sort of more rounded mantlet, which would obviously be able to better sort of bounce rounds. Also, they'd be more commonly have a remote-controlled machine gun on top, and they were also more likely to have a coaxial machine gun, though even some of the earlier models would have had a coaxial machine gun there in the gun mantlet, which further sort of supports the idea of it not just being there to deal with tanks. Again, you're not going to throw on a coaxial machine gun if you're only expecting it to deal with tanks. Then you're expecting to, actually sort of engage infantry and support infantry. So that's a little fun fact there. For those not aware, so we've got shock troops moving in there. Can they're getting sniped. That sniper team has definitely paid off, I think, there for Yurek here versus Pappy Daniel. 20 kills. It's definitely pay dirt. That's about, I think, 600 to 700 manpower there just in gains overall. So that sniper team has very much earned its keep. Pressure assault here for the centre bit faulty. We've got the Stu moving ahead here. Might want to go for spotting scopes now that he's gone for Jaeger armor in a curious twist here. Shock's moving up, the Stu firing, misses. Scopes on the way. Oh, 2 men dead to the Stug. Body armor is not proof against Stug. Sergey, why doesn't the body armor help? It's a 75mm high explosive shell, you idiot. It was never designed to resist such force.
If our resolve, we are down to 75 points.
75 points left though. Pappy Daniel really needs to put some effort into it. What he definitely needs to do is A, mine or bunker up the victory point here, but also around one of the other victory points. This one I think would be the soundest as it closer. There you go again. More flanking here from Yurek using shock troopers. IS-2 now available here for Yurek as well. He's got the resources, almost got a construct with the Panzer Grenadiers. Got Grenadiers moving up here. Almost catching the snipers there. Oh dear. So much going on here. Got one of them. Got one of the bastards. Incendiary artillery going down here. And shock troopers taking a bit of their own medicine. Well, Stalin's medicine, I guess you'd call it, since obviously they can't call in incendiary artillery barrages on their own. But he needs to put some effort into the victory points, he needs to push ahead here, and he needs another Stug, otherwise he's got no chance versus the IS-2 here.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Halfway to victory 2, going for the victory point up there, good. IS-2 shoots, misses. 7 kills in that Stug, that's definitely not half bad. 5 kills so far, quick shift no to deal with infantry. He's going to need another one desperately. Moving towards here, Pioneers go straight for the victory point, ignoring anything else. MD-42 Grenadiers is supporting the Sturmgeschütz. IS-2 looks like he's going to set up here to try and flank. That is definitely not a bad idea, just deal with targets. In this case, the Panzer Grenadiers. That is definitely also a valuable idea, though of course he would support the infantry. Would probably do a lot better versus all those angry Germans. But there you go, he sure showed those fascist kreuzers the boss there. Soviet crates all around, really? Maybe they're triangular. Tell me you don't know, Sergei. I will have to report you to the commissariat for not knowing the true shape of Soviet crates. Engineers there laying down mines again in the same spot. Second Stug almost done here. Shock troopers quickly routing the Grenadiers. 53 versus 446. Stug halfway down. Grenadiers pack 40 moving towards the centre there aggressively. Second Stug almost done here. Need to be careful though, and need to make use of the spotting scopes here to ensure he doesn't rush into the IS-2 and for that matter any nasty elements. Second Stug there ready for him. Panzers are also good to go. Moving at the Stug again, careful there. Grenadiers in a bad position. No cover.
Attempting to steal our sector.
Not sure why the other Grenadiers were supporting. Stug fires, misses. We get to Victory 2, that'd be pretty nice. There we go, shoots, bounces. Pack 40 shoots, bounces as well. More grenadiers here for Pappy Daniel. No Panther on this part is good, and they're just straight on the demo charge. I don't think he's realised there's one there, he doesn't care. Got a kill there again. Same Stook moving up. That's 2 Stooks here versus Yurek.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Got the IS-2 moving up through the west here. Field gun away for Yurek. He's active tech here for the support M Companier. Stooks in reinforcing there. Goes Stook flank. But don't rush in there. Don't rush in. Support with infantry. Other elements. Yurek. Oh, Pappy. Up here we got shock troops with the Dull Pioneers. The Pioneers don't stand a chance. Really close to Victory 2 there. He scored another infantry kill. Second vehicle kill. Well, that was the T7. There goes straight into the IS-2. They need to be careful. Need to get those Stook up there at the very least. Anti-tank grenade off. Target to weak point. Ludwig gets the other Stook in there as well. Where's the other Stook? Pappy, where's the other Stook? Move your Stooks around in pairs. In fact, they were trained to operate in groups. In fact, a commander of a Stook, you would have instructed to never split off his Stooks. They're not good at their own. They're meant to be used in groups. Send it on the Pack 40 again. He's in fact splitting off the Stook further. There's no inter-support nearby. He could be rushed by conscripts with anti-tank grenades. Knocked out. Sending the other Stook against the other 2. But where's the infantry support? Pappy! Infanterie Unterstützung. Ah, scheiße. And they're going to tank grenade. Stook almost down. Hadn't gotten the IS-2 there. Crossing a few infantrymen there with the Stook. Shock troops got a bit too close. Machine gun's not rushing in. He's moving in the Grenadiers Panzers finally, but it's going to be too late here. The Control's got the anti-tank grenades ready. Oh, why, Pappy? And he didn't even get the IS-2 there. And there you go. He lost his Victory 2 Stook while the IS-2 is still alive. Imagine if he worked his Stooks again and then sort of kept them properly supported by infantry. Probably wouldn't have lost that Stook. He might have even gotten the IS-2. There's definitely some room for improvement there for Pappy Daniel. Quickly crushing several Russians there with the Stook. He's shooting them to bits here. Bringing out the rest of his force for Pappy Daniel, certainly looking rough there. I mean, he's got Yurek down somewhat in victory points, but that's about it.
The situation is becoming critical. We have only 50 points remaining.
Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers here. Stook there taking hit from the SIS-3 field gun.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
He still hasn't done anything about that demo charge. Still he's got some victory points to the bleed there on Yurek, but again it's not enough. He's going for more Stooks, but he's now handed over Pack 40 to his opponent. And there's still no sign of mines or bank or anything that could help defend these victory points. And, you know, free up some forces for other elements and duties.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
IS-2 they're setting out for Yurek with its 122mm gun. Panzer they're taking a nasty hit. Going for the western victory point.
Forces capturing supply sector.
Second Stook almost done there for Pappy, almost done. All mines. Shock they're rushing the Pioneers by the northwestern victory point, but it's got the other twin again, can sort of bleed out the Yurek a bit again. And he's setting up for another flank here against Pappy Daniel, and Pappy Daniel again. Largely seems only concerned about this again. He's not very good at covering his flanks. He seems to be slightly sort of understanding the risk of it. I think you can hear the IS-2 here, so sort of getting a bit more worried about it, but it's still not frightfully efficient play there from Pappy Daniel. We got a maximum out here for Yurek and the 10th Guards Tank Corps. Now shifting the Stooks away. At least he's keeping them closer together. So he needs to be pretty careful. Needs to be very careful, in fact. And one wrong move, and they could easily get knocked out, and that could be a victory then for Yurek with his eyes too. Because once those Stooks are gone, there's going to be nothing to stop the rampage of the IS-2 here, and that's going to be game over then. He's now moving ahead to Stooks again, note, with no infantry support here. Okay, not the best idea there, Pappy, not the best idea. The role is to support infantry or tanks. Well, infantry technically, but they were also used to support tanks. Which the Penny were also really good at, according to some reports. Got a large gunning force with the shocks. We've got a smoke screen down there. Good use of it by Yurek. Stooks is being split up. Again, he knows there's an IS-2 about, yet now he willingly splits up his Stooks in such a manner they cannot support each other. There you go. Got one moving. There's still the... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. They're going to be driving straight close to the... no. Okay. Danger's over for now. IS-2 push back, got Pioneers moving in. Grenadiers flanking at the Russians there, got web, we got to push into the center field, got Grenadiers, 4-5, got Incendiary artillery going down, infantry set up here. Pushing back here, the shock troopers, we got a KV-8 more out here for Yurek. Stooks moving ahead here, IS-2 rolling forwards. Shots there at the IS-2 penetrating the frontal armor. MD-42 falling back while leaving the Grenadiers to fend for themselves in the centre. Stooks continuing up here, almost got this. We got a field gun supporting and forcing back the Stooks. Grenadiers need to retreat before they're wiped here. They're low in health, low in strength, vigor, faith in Endsieg. There you go, push back, field gun KV-8 moving ahead here. Troops in the centre there being held back desperately by German infantry. Stooks awkwardly set up. We got the KV-8 rolling, got the field gun here. IS-2 moving ahead again. We got Osman now on the way here for Pappy and Daniel. Curious choice for that, but will certainly help us, particularly the shock troopers here. And there goes Stooks trying to go, taking fire there from the field gun. Got the IS-2 now hot in pursuit. He could risk damaged engines here. Grenadiers in the centre being rushed off. There we go, damaged engine. Stooks going in for it, but he's exposed his reason. He's exposed to flank. The IS-2 is pursuit field gun as well. The damaged engine on the Stook. IS-2 goes in. He can't turn about fast enough for both Stook to deal with it. Only one will be able to deal with it. We also got a field gun here supporting. There we go. Gets the other Stook. And, oh, scheisse. Takes a hit there from a Pack 40. And there we go. Both Stooks lost. And with this, Pappy Daniel's spirit is sundered, like his Stooks. And game over there. Brutal fight. And overall, a good display by Yurek of sort of understanding the power of flanking and using the map against your opponent, whereas Pappy Daniel rather treat the map very narrowly as a sort of one-lane map, only focusing on the fuel points, which rather costs him. Again, fuel is important, but so are your flanks. I mean, it's, again, in this case, Mince Pockets can sort of benefit some players in that sense, because, again, a lot of players tend to just focus in the center. In this case, the fuel points are sent to focus, but in most maps, they're sort of more, on the sides. So in this case, Pappy Daniel would normally not have to really think so much about that, really hurt him victory points-wise, but also just security-wise, because, again, it left him very exposed. And Yurek was more than able to take advantage of that. Factor in a late doctoral choice one, which, again, had he gone for mechanized assault sooner with some assault grenades, I think it would have been much better on the map here. So definitely some improvements there for Pappy Daniel, but overall, I think well played there by Yurek. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did and want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. Also, big thanks to Marcus for donating to the Propagandacast and supporting what I do. Big thanks here from me. This is Imperial Lane signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers!